SwimOutlet.com delivers the best online shopping experience. With an extensive selection and the lowest prices, you're guaranteed to find the product you need. Here's what you get. Free shipping on all orders over $49. Free 1 to 2 day shipping on all orders over $99. All orders placed by 6 p.m. ship out the same day. Shop at SwimOutlet.com, the web's most popular swim shop.
This is the Morning Swim Show for Wednesday, July 18th, 2012. I'm your host, Jeff Cummings. In the Finis Monitor today, we'll talk to Kirsty Coventry, who is trying to join that elite group of swimmers who have won the same individual event at the Olympics 3 times. Kirsty joins us right now from our hotel in Tunis, Tunisia. Kirsty, welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So tell us what you're doing there in Tunisia.
Well, we just figured it would be a great opportunity for me to be based somewhere in Africa for my pre-training camp before we go into London. And Tunis just kind of came along as a good idea. And in the past, I've become friends with Us Maluli, and we asked him what the pools and conditions and things were like here. And he put us in touch with his federation, and things worked out really well. And here we are.
That's really nice. Now, speaking of being in Tunisia, I mean, you've been racking up the freaking flyer miles a lot these past few years. We've been, every time we check in on what Kirsty Coventry's up to, you seem to be in a different city, not just for competition, but for training. Tell us where you've been around the world and why you decided to go there.
Well, yeah, we've been all over the place. After World Champs in 2009, I took a year off and moved to Johannesburg, South Africa, and spent some time there with family and friends. And then after a year, got back into training and started having a lot more fun again with my swimming, and went from training in South Africa to doing a bit of training in Europe, and then back to Texas with Kim, my old coach. And then we had 4 months of good training in Austin, and now we're here getting ready for London, and things are going good.
Now, when you took that year off after World Championships, was that, kind of thinking you were going to leave the sport, or were you just taking a break knowing you were still going to go to 2012?
Honestly, I didn't really know. I just wanted some time out. I didn't have the best meet. I had a great meet if you look at it in regards to my 200 backstroke, but I wasn't too happy with my other events in 2009, and everything had become so much about the suits and not so much about the athlete, and there was a lot of controversy. And so I just wanted to take a step back and have time out and be somewhat normal and get to spend time with my friends and family, which I did, and I loved it, and met a great person who's in my life and travels with me and is, joined me on this adventure, which is super cool. And yeah, we just, like I said, I took that year off, loved being normal and hanging out with friends and family, and then started working out. I kept active. I stayed in the gym and ran a little bit, and then one day got back into the pool and started messing around with Thai a little bit, and it just kind of progressed from there. And I just really missed the sport and wanted to give it one more shot and see what I can do and how I can push my body.
And you're talking about that you have rediscovered your love of the sport, having more fun in it. What was the key to rediscovering that?
I think definitely taking that year away and just realizing what exactly is important. I think when you're young and you're a young athlete, and I've been very fortunate in my career to be successful, and I'm very blessed for that. But in the moment, it's all about trying to win and trying to be the best, and I don't think I ever really took everything in. So that year was really nice to just take some time out to realize how I had done, and I'm very proud of myself for achieving those things. But I also was looking for other things in life, and I think I found that. And I'm just in a good place. I'm in a good space. I'm happy, and I know that I want to try and be as competitive as I can leading up to London and in London as well. And I think my year away and taking that time off is going to help me to do that.
Now, since 2009 World Championships, where you set the current world record in the 200 backstroke, the landscape of women's swimming has changed pretty considerably. What's your take on
Yeah.
that?
I think it's awesome. I think women's swimming has consistently, every 4 years, if you look back in 2004, where we went from 2004 to 2008, from where we've gone from 2008 to 2012, it's just really awesome how much better women's swimming is getting. And I think that's really exciting. I think that's exciting for the sport. I think it's exciting for us as athletes. And I'm just really, like I said earlier, I'm very excited to be a part of that. I think it's, we're making history, and it's fun to do and fun to be a part of.
And I would imagine people like Missy Franklin and others are really pushing you to really work a lot harder.
Yeah, definitely. I think, it's a lot of people ask me which is harder, getting to the top or staying at the top? And it's definitely staying at the top is much harder than getting to the top. Because you've got so many more people trying to, knock you down. And I'm very realistic about my goals going into London, and I just want to be as competitive as I can be. And I know that there are a lot of great swimmers out there at the moment, and if I can go in and be competitive and have fun and swim some of the fastest times in the world, that would be great. And yeah, we'll just see how it goes.
Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, you're in line to potentially join a very elite group of swimmers who have won 3 consecutive gold medals in the same event, the Olympics. Christina Egerzegi did it in 200 back, Dawn Fraser did in the 100 free, and you're in line to do that for the 200 back. Has that been a big motivator for you?
It has. I try not to think about it too much because I think that those types of things, especially that, it's such a big deal and it would be such a great honor. But in saying that, also adds a lot more pressure. And I really want to, what that year away taught me to do is just to be able to slow down a little bit and take everything in. So I really want to be able to go into the Olympics and take in everything I can. Of what's going on around me and how I'm swimming and, how the other athletes are doing. I think, well, this will be my 4th Olympics, and I think there might have been maybe 3 or 4 races that I've actually watched at the Olympics because you're so focused in on what you're doing and your goals. So as exciting as that goal would be to achieve, it is a hard goal, and it is in the back of my mind, but I'm going to just not really think about it too much. Keep the pressure off.
I think that's a good way of looking at it. Now, you'll be representing Zimbabwe at the Olympics, as you said. It's your 4th Olympics. And I learned that you'll be carrying the flag for your country at the opening ceremonies, and then I guess kind of also figuratively carrying the flag for your country, especially in the pool. What does it mean for you to be such a big sports idol for your country?
I'm very blessed that I've had the support from the Zimbabwe community. I don't think a lot of athletes get to experience the same kind of love and kind of following that I've received from the Zimbabweans. I really, they've treated me well. They've been so supportive over the last 12 years. And it's just such an honor for me to be able to be the flag bearer at the opening ceremony. In the past, I haven't been able to do it because I've always swum the 400 IM on the first day. And now that I'm not swimming that race, it just made it, very appropriate to be able to represent my country in that way and carry the flag. It's gonna be pretty awesome.
Well, it's kind of sad you're not doing the 400 IM. I think we were all looking for that rematch with you and Stephanie Rice.
Yeah, I'm a little bit sad too. It was in the cards, and then I dislocated my kneecap end of March, and it just took too long to kind of come back to full working mode in terms of the breaststroke. And then in early May, I got pneumonia, and that was kind of the stamp of approval of I'm going to withdraw from that race. It's such a tough race, and I do love racing the IMs, and I would have loved to have, gotten back up there and try to, be competitive. But just with the things that have happened over the last 4 months and training that's required for that particular race, it it was time to kind of bow out of it.
Are you
It'll
just
be fun to watch though.
are you just sticking with the backstrokes then?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the 100 back and the 200 back and the 200 IM. So I'll be doing the 200 IM, but the 400 IM, just the what it takes to train for that race and do well. Unfortunately, with things that have happened, I didn't feel comfortable doing that, and I want to know that I'm going into the Olympics and I can give of my best and walk away happy with that. So.
Yeah, it's very understandable. Going back to representing Zimbabwe, after you won your medals in Beijing, was there any kind of boost in the interest in swimming in Zimbabwe after the Olympics?
Yeah, definitely. There's been a boost in swimming probably since 2004 and on, and it's really exciting when I go home and my mom teaches little kids how to swim from ages of 4 up to 12, 13 years old. And, she's just fully booked. And we've got a bunch of swimming clubs, and their youngsters have really had this huge kind of boost of people wanting to learn how to swim. And then they've gotten more interested and they've joined clubs. And so it's really exciting. We've got a little bit of a dip in our seniors at the moment. We're not very strong with our seniors and people that, would be kind of following my footsteps, I guess. We're we're just not very strong in that area. But our juniors are really strong at the moment, and that's very positive for our future, especially in the swimming world.
Well, that's really good to hear. Kirsty, thanks so much for joining us. We're really looking forward to seeing you back in the Olympics, and best of luck to you, not just with training, but when you step up in London.
Cool. Thank you very much.
All right, it's our pleasure. Thanks, Kirsty.
Bye.
All right, so that's Kirsty Coventry joining us on the Morning Swim Show today. We invite you to share your thoughts with us on any topic discussed on today's show. Just go to our Facebook page or talk to us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is @SwimmingWorld. That's going to do it for today's show. Thanks for watching.